Good morning, students. Welcome back to the English Channel Prime. Students, in the last class, we have completed explanation to the chapter of Geography, Lesson 2, Globes, Latitudes and Longitude. Also, we have completed many projects like making the model globes, showing all the important lines of latitude and drawing on the temperate or showing the heat zones. Now in this class, let's start with the exercise. So open page number 144. Let's start with the objective type questions. First main. First question, the line which divides the globe into two equal halves is called the, yes it is, equator. Option D. Second question, the size of the parallels of latitude decreases as we go from, yes, towards the poles. Third question, the belt on the earth that lies between the equator and the two tropics is called, yes it is called as torrid zone. Fourth, how much time does the earth take to complete one rotation? Yes it is option A, 24 hours. Next, B, unscribble the letters given in the help box and fill in the blanks. First question, dash is the line which divides the earth into two equal parts. Yes it is equator, just now we completed. Now second, the dash zone receives direct rays of the sun throughout the year. Yes it is torrid zone. Third, all dash are of equal length, longitude. Fourth, the longitude 180 degree east and 180 degree west is also known as the dash line. Yes it is known as the international deadline. Fifth question, the time on the dash meridian is the time adopted by the entire country. It is standard meridian. Sixth, temperate zone lies between dash and dash in both the hemispheres. Temperate zone lies between 23 half degree and 66 half degree in both the hemispheres. Done. Now let's come to do C. State whether the following statements are true or false. First question, the globe is a model of satellite. Is it? No, it is false. It is the model of the earth. Second, the prime meridian is numbered as 23 half degree south. Is it? No, it is false. Third, latitudes are 180 degree parallels of varying length. No, it is false. Fourth, when it is noon in India, it is 5:30 am in UK. Yes, children, it is true. Next, second main, very short answer questions. First question, what is the local time? You can write down, local time is a time recorded on different longitudes according to the position of the sun. Second question, what is a grid? Answer, the globe has lines drawn on its surface which forms a crisscross pattern called the grid. Third question, what is a globe? The globe is a model of the earth. Fourth, what is the number of longitudes on the earth? The number of longitudes on the earth is 360. Define the international dateline. Answer, it is a north-south imaginary line passing through the middle of the Pacific Ocean. It runs roughly along 180 degree longitude. Sixth question, which heat zone lies between the latitude 66 half degree and 90 degree north and south of the equator? Yes, it is the frigid zone. Seventh question, define the term standard time. Why do we need a standard time? Answer, the local time on the central meridian of any country is known as the standard time. We need a standard time because local time on different meridians is different, which creates a lot of confusion. Eighth question, how are the latitudes different from longitudes? Discuss. Answer, latitudes differ from longitudes in many ways. First, the latitudes are parallel to the equator, whereas longitudes run in a north to south direction. Second, the latitudes are circles and longitudes are semicircles. Students, for long question we can give 4 to 5 points. For this very short answers question we have given only 2 points for difference. Now third main, short answer questions. What are latitudes? How are they helpful? Write down the answer. A latitude is the angular distance of a place north or south of the equator as measured from the center of the earth. Latitudes are 180-degree parallels of varying lengths. They help us to understand the climatic pattern of the world, and along the lines of longitudes help us to find the exact location of a place. Second question, what is the prime meridian? Answer, the prime meridian is the vertical line that marks the 0-degree longitude on a globe. It passes through the British Royal Observatory in Greenwich, London. Third question, what is the difference in time between the Indian Standard Time and the Greenwich Mean Time? Answer, Indian Standard Time is the time observed as a standard for the whole country, while Greenwich Mean Time is a time or a term originally referring to the mean solar time at the Royal Observatory in Greenwich, London. Done. Fourth question, how can one find the location of any place on a globe with the help of latitudes and longitudes? Answer, longitudes and latitudes caught each other and form a network called the grid. This helps us in locating any place on the globe. If we want to find a location of a place, we find its latitude and longitude where these lines cut each other. That point is the exact position of that place. Done. Fifth question. What are the latitudes for the Arctic Circle and the Tropic of Cancer? Yes, answer. The latitude for the Arctic Circle are 66 half-degree north and for the Tropic of Cancer are 23 half-degree north. Sixth question, draw a diagram to show the important latitudes of the earth. Yes, we have to draw this diagram like this. We are showing Arctic Circle, Tropic of Cancer, Equator, Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle, North Pole and the South Pole. Done. Now seventh question, explain briefly the main features of the temperate zone. Yes, answer. Temperate means moderate, that is neither very hot nor very cold. Here, the sun rays are always slanting. The areas lying between the Tropic of Cancer and the Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere and in the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle in the southern hemisphere are the two temperate zones. Done. Now fourth main long answer questions. Let's do. First question, name and explain in brief about the three heat zones of the earth. Yes, there are three heat zones of the earth. They are torrid zone, B temperate zone, C frigid zone. First, torrid zone. It lies between the equator, that is 0-degree, and two tropics, that is Tropic of Cancer 23 half-degree north and Tropic of Capricorn 23 half-degree south. Here the sun rays are direct and the climate is very hot. Southern India lies in this zone. B. Temperate zone. It lies between the Tropic of Cancer, that is 23 half-degree north, and Antarctic Circle, that is 66 half-degree north in the northern hemisphere, and Tropic of Capricorn 23 half-degree south and Antarctic Circle 66 half-degree south in the southern hemisphere. Sun rays are slanting over this zone, so the climate is neither very hot nor very cold. C. Frigid zone. It lies between the Arctic Circle 66 half-degree north and North Pole 90-degree north in the northern hemisphere and Antarctic Circle 66 half-degree south and South Pole 90-degree south in the southern hemisphere. Here the sun rays are extremely slanting and do not carry much heat. Therefore, these areas remain very cold throughout the year. Done. Now second question. Define and explain the usefulness as well as importance of the following. First, international date line. Answer. The international date line is a north-south imaginary line on the surface of the earth passing through the middle of the Pacific Ocean. It runs roughly along 180-degree longitude opposite the prime meridian, but it is drawn with diversions to pass around some territories and island groups. There is a difference of 14 hours or 1 day if the line is crossed. Done. B. Globe. The globe is a model of the earth, a true picture of the shape of the earth. It provides the correct location, shape and size of the continents and oceans. The globe shows not only the important details of the earth's surface but also helps in understanding the rotation of the earth. C. Indian Standard Time. It represents the time observed throughout India. Longitude 82½ east, which passes through Mirzapur near Allahabad, is selected as the standard meridian, and the time here is called as the Indian Standard Time IST. Done. Third question. Differentiate between A. Northern Hemisphere and Southern Hemisphere. So you can write down the answer. The whole earth is divided into two equal parts. Half of the earth north of the equator is called the northern hemisphere, while the half of the south of the equator is called as the southern hemisphere. Second, B. Temperate zone and frigid zone. You can write by making columns. Temperature zone means moderate zone. Second point, the sun rays are always slanting, which reduces the amount of heat. Third, this region is neither too hot nor too cold. In points of frigid zone, in the column you can write frigid zone means cold zone. Second point, the sun rays are extremely slanting and do not carry much heat. Third point, this region remains very cold throughout the year. Done. C. Local time and standard time. Answer. Local time is the time in a particular region or area expressed with the reference to the meridian passing through it, while the time on the central meridian of a country is known as the standard time. Every country has its own standard time. Done. Now next, the fourth question. Why is the temperate zone called so? What makes it different from the torrid zone? Think and answer. Write down the answer. The temperate zone is called so because it lies between the torrid zone, which is very hot, and the frigid zone, which is extremely cold. The climatic conditions in the temperate zone are moderate or temperate, so it is called as temperate zone. Fifth question. The earth is spherical in shape and is constantly moving. Explain how objects around and on the earth are kept in their places. Answer. Due to the gravitational force of the earth, all the things are kept in their places. Gravity is an invisible force that pulls the objects towards each other. Earth's gravity is what it keeps you on the ground and what it makes the things fall. So everything that has a mass is also having a gravity. Done, children? Now children, value added questions for this chapter will do. First question, sun rays fall equally all over the earth. It is due to the shape and the motion of the earth that different parts of it get different amounts of sunlight. Does it affect the vegetation also? How? So let's discuss. Yes, students, the earth gets varying amounts of sunlight depending on the location of a place. So besides affecting the climate, the sunlight also affects the vegetation. A region getting less sunlight will be very cold, so resulting any hardly or any plant life. For example, the tundra region. Too much of sunlight, for example, in a desert will raise the temperature and so thereby the growth of the plants will be reduced. Done, children? Next, excessive human activities have created severe imbalance in the ecology by altering many interdependent aspects of the environment. Suggest ways to check environmental degradation. Students, many times this type of questions will come in the to write from your creativity. So we can write the answer like this. Students, you can write the points like this. Yes, excessive human activities have caused severe damage to the environment. We can effectively check the environmental degradation in the following ways. First, stop cutting of trees, instead plant more trees. Second, by stopping or throwing waste in the open. Uh, Third, put a strict check on the pollutions of the vehicles. Fourth, minimize the use of insecticides, fertilizers, pesticides, etc. Fifth, do not misuse the natural resources. Done, children? Hope you understand everything.